Hello, 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 my lovely friends. Thank you for joining me here on A Journey in Light. Today's pick a card. We are going over what do you need to know. It's kind of an open, free-for-all for whatever comes through. This is kind of a full moon edition. As when I'm recording this, I'm right on the cusp of the full moon in Virgo, but I'm still going to consider this a timeless reading. So if you find this at a different time, just know whatever you need to know, you found it for a reason, and so listen to whatever pile you're drawn to for that. So I have 3 piles for you today. Pile 1 is this really beautiful moonstone with this like green vein that runs through it. Pile 2 is this beautiful piece of selenite. And pile 3 is the dream amethyst. So again, take a deep breath, go with whichever pile you're drawn to the most. If you feel drawn to more than one, you could have messages in more than one pile. That's completely fine and normal. Feel free to watch more than one pile if needed. You could just have like one message in one of the other piles that you needed to hear. So take a deep breath, go with whichever pile you're drawn to the most. The timestamps will be in the description box below, and I'll try to remember to pin them in the comments as well. You can just click the timestamp and it'll take you right to your spot in the video. So again, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and I will see you at your pile. Thanks, guys. Hello, 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 my lovely friends. In pile 1, you guys picked this awesome piece of moonstone. I happen to be very drawn to that because of the green that ran through it. Just had a different, unique feel to it when I was at the crystal shop. So we are doing a what do you need to know, anything that comes up. I'm going to use a lot of oracle cards that do have a moon vibe since I'm doing this around the full moon. I will potentially pull tarot cards as well wherever I'm guided to do so. So let's jump right in. Okay, pile 1, what do they need to know most? What do they need to keep in mind? What do they need to see? What do they need to consider? For pile 1, full moon Virgo. Again, it's still a timeless reading. It doesn't matter if you found this afterwards. And also, full moon energy does tend to run a week before and after the full moon. Kind of ranges in there. So, okay. Let's see. You guys have change. The unexpected. So this is thunder moon, blue moon, unexpected. So something very unique could be coming up for you guys. Stop right here for a moment. This may look like a very scary change, maybe something that uproots you with this red being in this card. So the red usually associates with our root chakra, which is how we feel safe in the world, grounded, things like that. But I think it's going to be a very needed, a good change. As scary as it might seem, it's going to bring you a lot of peace and right to where you need to be. This card reminds me a lot of the Tower card in tarot, like quick change, and it's going to be unexpected. But as scary as this card looks, I get such a serene, peaceful vibe about this card here. I want to pull one more of these. Pile 1, please. I'm hearing outer worldly. An outer world, again, that once in a blue moon vibe where you're like, well, that would never happen, or once in a blue moon, or that's never going to happen to me. But whatever this change is that's coming in for you guys, it's going to be so abundant, so fruitful. You're going to get a lot of light shed on something that's going to be it may revolve around work. They're really drawing me into these bees in here, and I think worker bees. But it may be something career-wise for you guys. This one makes me feel like loved ones kind of esque, but this change may have to do with work for a lot of you guys. But I think just a new light is going to be shown on something, and you're going to have a different view of something coming up, and that's what you need to know. I'm hearing breathe through it and go with the flow, because it's going to turn out better than you could ever expect. And maybe it's almost like something like you've joked about, like, oh, well, I wish that XYZ would happen, but ha ha ha, that would never happen. But that's what I see, changing, wow, bam, big change coming. Where do I want to go next? I'm going to pull some of these cards. So pile 1. What else do we need to know, please? Pile 1. Fertility. For some of you guys, it may have to do with an actual getting pregnant, but this also can be like giving birth to like a new idea, a new venture. Again, I'm getting like very creative, but work, like something about bringing in money in a different kind of way. So, you know, it's like you're giving birth to this new thing, like, you know, like building a project, stuff like that can be a form of a birth, right? It doesn't have to mean like someone's gonna be pregnant, but it could be. Maybe someone has been, that's something they've been expecting, or maybe they were told with very slim chance of happening. Could be coming true. Maybe if you've had fertility issues, I don't know. That feels very particular to somebody. So we have psychic abilities. This is my favorite card in this deck, and why I bought this deck, and since I've used it, it pops up constantly. So with the energy, like what do you need to know? Like, it's almost like that you already know vibe, but it's almost like you've had this vision of whatever this is that seems so almost outlandish and so off, but it's coming true. But there's going to be a sense of, wow, I can't believe this happened, but at the same time there's like an inner knowing that you're like, but I've always joked about this. Like, I personally have always joked about winning the lottery. Maybe I should buy some tickets. But it's like, I feel like I've just known. So as shocked as I'd be at the same time be like, no, I'm supposed to do this. That's silly on my part. But that's the point. Like something that is like 1 in a million chance, yet here it is. But yet you already knew. Or it's something you envisioned or you saw happening for yourself, even when no one believed you or people laughed about your thought process about it. But it's really quite cool energy, but very unexpected yet expected, if that makes any sort of sense. But it's going to involve a change. It is. So you're going to have to, it's almost like, not that this is bad, but it's taking like the good with the bad kind of thing. Like this change, this upset, this, and it can look very different for everybody. It can be a very small change, and other people could be very dynamic. But it's going to bring in good regardless of how it starts. It's very, very prosperous, very abundant. And maybe some of you guys, it's like whatever this happens awakens you to your actual physical abilities. Like you give birth to this new way of seeing the world. All right, what else do we have for pile 1, please? What else do they need to know at this time? We have faith. So it's like have faith that all is going to work out well. So move this a little bit. Whatever this changes, it may involve you to have some faith that it's going to work out. So, you know, if something big happens and you're like, what just happened? You should be like, okay, Joy told me to have some faith. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out for the best. And I think it's going to be a quick turnaround, though. It's not like it's going to be like a change and it takes 300 years for it to come around. This is all like the feeling very quick energy. Like I'm feeling very rushed in saying all this stuff. Like there's just so much coming through. Okay. Self-reliance. So it may involve being your own cheerleader and believing past no matter what anyone's told you that it was unbelievable. It's having faith and a little bit of self-reliance in yourself. Self-care and self-integration. We have very much like all about you vibe going on here. Let's see what's next. We're going to take the Wisdom of the Night Oracle. These are a little bit darker cards, but I liked that they had a moon on them, so that's why I decided to choose them. So, alright, they were chosen for me. It's really how that works. I'm just along for the ride. Alright, so what else do I have for pile 1, please? They are rushing me through. Not in a bad way. I just feel very like eager. Maybe that's the energy you guys will be in, this eagerness. Maybe you've been in a pause for a while and eager. So we have beauty. And this rose reminds me of the Beauty and the Beast kind of thing, but they're saying like It's like look past appearances, because there's so much beauty in the world. I literally just shared this quote yesterday, and now I can't think how it works on my personal Instagram, but it was like, someone can be given a whole field of roses and only see the thorns. So it's a call to, a nod to your perception of this situation is going to make a big difference on how this turns out. Are you going to see the thorns, but the bad parts, the hard parts, or are you going to see the beauty that's shining through? So it may take a perspective shift within you. No more there? Okay. All right, I want to pull a Moonology card since we're doing our moon theme. What else for pile 1, please? And then I'm going to pull a couple tarot cards. I'm trying to keep this a shorter reading because I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to get this one in because I felt like it was very important. I was very called to do this, so I wanted to get this done. Okay, pile 1. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Literally, guys, that is the moon that is coming up. I think overnight. I'm going to try to actually record this today. I'm recording it Friday, but releasing it on the time of the full moon. So it would be in the middle of the night. So who knows when you're getting this, but I'm going to try to release it at the time of the biggest part of the full moon. But you are good enough, guys. You got the full moon in Virgo. So when that pops up in a reading in the moon that we're in, it makes me feel like this is so much more like pertinent for you guys and powerful of a change. Let's pull one more. Obviously we won't get the same card, but let's see what other information for pile 1, please. I have full moon in Taurus. At least you guys got 2 full moons. It says your dreams need a practical plan. So there may be an essence, so much green here, and they're drawing me into the heart chakra and leading from your heart. Both of these are earth energies. So yeah, this practicality. So whatever this approach is, whatever this switch is, you may have to, they're giving me like a list, like a to-do list. Like if this feels overwhelming, this change, they're saying write it down, make it simple. Don't get overwhelmed. Like if you're feeling overwhelmed about something, they're saying write it down, give it small steps, and once you see it that way, it's going to be more clear and less overwhelming. If that fits your situation, that's just coming through really big. I want to use the tarot of the dream deck, of the dreams. There's a lot of symbolism in here that I don't fully understand yet, but still I was guided to pull this, so I'm assuming messages will come through from this deck. So okay, so last little bit for pile 1. So now you guys know one of the secrets. I don't really have much function in what I pull for my readings. I'm just, again, the messenger. I'm along for the ride. I'm here for you guys and them to share these messages. So let's see. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups, Scorpio, Sun and Scorpio. Okay, so water energy. This for me in my normal love readings is a soulmate connection card. So that could be true for some of you guys, could be dealing with a soulmate connection, but this also feels like very like children are involved, or the 6 of Cups typically is about something from your childhood, reminiscing, things like that. So what do you need to know about that? There may be a sense of nostalgia or remembering something from your youth, or possibly dealing with some childhood wounds for some of you guys as well. Maybe coming through, but physically children could be involved. But a lot of love, a lot of beautiful love. I keep hearing like that thorn scenario, like don't see the thorns, see the rose. Okay, let's get another one. Pile 1, please. What else do we need to know? The Palace of Cups and the Palace of Wands. Yeah, you guys, there's a lot of love and passion and creativity. So something that you truly love, and it may be something from your childhood that is coming back into light, maybe a childhood dream that you need to focus on. Maybe it's something that you gave up hoping for, or somebody could have been a very psychic child and that was kind of like taught out of them. That might be coming back as well. But yeah, they're just giving me the love. It's follow your heart, follow your passion is what they're telling me. Follow your heart, follow your passion, and it may again be something attached to children or from your childhood. Okay, pile one, I think that's all that's coming through. I feel like that was a lot. So hopefully you found some value in this and it helped you, some stuff you need to keep in mind over this full moon period. As always, I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you for being here and watching my readings. It's always an honor, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a future reading. Bye, guys. Whoa. Hummingbird that watches. Somebody's got hummingbird energy that I pick up on in readings. If you're sitting there, that is very exciting and intriguing, but wears me out. Shake that off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Okay. Hello, 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 my lovely friends for pile 2. You guys picked the selenite. Stick that here, put my moonstone up there. Okay, we're going over what do you need to know. I don't know where we're really going. I'm kind of letting my guides and spirit take the wheel. So, and see what you guys need to know. Whatever comes through, I'm going to tell you guys. You know that. So let's see. So for pile 2, what do they need to know most at this time? Focus on, see, consider. This is our full moon edition. So this is a timeless reading. You can watch it at any time, but I am recording this in conjunction with the full moon in Virgo. So if that might be a nod to somebody, but a lot of my cards that I'm using today have a moon vibe to them. All right, so pile 2, please. You guys have the unexpected. This popped up in pile 1 too. This is the blue moon. So could be like, you know, something that you never thought would happen is going to happen. Growth, sovereignty, and resilience. So whatever this unexpected change, and I do feel like it's a change, it's going to be here for your growth. Or maybe some of you guys have been sitting in this, something that happened and you're not sure why it happened. It has to do with your growth, your grace, and your resilience. I do feel like it is kind of hard, heavy energy. And so not necessarily easy, but it all serves a purpose and it's all in divine timing here. It's like, if you can see it, you're like on top of the world through all this growth and through all this change, but it's needed. And I'm hearing find your grace and own this change. Like, you can control what's going on. You just have to realize that you do have some say, you do have some control. You do have the ability to create the life that you want. But sometimes we do have to put in the work. So they're reminding me of, like, you know, manifesting, and sometimes people get excited about the idea of manifesting, and sometimes when you're like, okay, I want to manifest, we're going to keep it really simple right now, and a really easy analogy, like, I want to manifest a cake, right? You're like, I want a cake, I want to manifest a cake. Well, sometimes the universe gives you eggs and flour and milk, and I don't really cook much, but all the other ingredients for the cake, and you're like, oh, this didn't work. Well, no, they gave you everything you needed. You just needed to put a little work and put it together to get what you wanted. It doesn't mean that your manifestation didn't work. You just got it in a different way. So this card it reminds me a lot of the Ten of Wands, which is the end of a cycle, but you know, it's kind of like this heaviness, but you have all the resources you need to make your world the way you want, but it may involve a little bit of work. That's what you need to keep in mind. So you can have that cake, but you may need to bake it. You may need to put the ingredients together and actually bake it. But so be mindful of, if you've asked the universe or God or angels, whoever, for a certain thing, and you feel like you're not getting it, look around and see what you've gotten and are all those steps to get there. So it's like almost like really seeing that you can make it. You have everything you need to make it right in your hands, but you're just gonna have to make it. I don't know how to say that, plain and simple. All right, so let's see. Let's go on to the next set of cards for pile 2. What else do they need to know, consider, see at this time? For my lovely, lovely friends in pile 2, my lovely new bakers. Forgiveness and dreams. I'm hearing you're going to be getting answers in your dreams, and they may not look like how you expected. And something about your life may involve you needing to give forgiveness, but sometimes forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for yourself. So when you're holding on to anger, or you're angry at somebody else, you're not really punishing them, but you are punishing yourself. So sometimes forgiveness is for your own soul. Even if you never fully tell that person, or you don't think they deserve your forgiveness, forgive them for you, for the unburdening of carrying that, because you no longer need to carry it. You no longer, and that could be tying in for some of you guys. Maybe you're carrying something that feels very heavy and it's not even yours to carry, but it's going to involve some forgiveness to let that go. And maybe that means you have to be the bigger person to do it, but just remember, like, that anger, those resentments, those any non-good feeling things that you're caring about someone else or another situation or something, or even yourself, like something you've done may involve just forgiving yourself, and that's your path to paradise. But it's no longer yours to carry. It's time to let that go. And I'm also being told, to pay attention to your dreams, maybe dream journal. Evaluate even the weirdest things in your dreams, like pick them apart and see what something's trying to tell you. Google it, like, you saw like a white bird, what does that mean? Even obscure things, where did that come from? Because I feel like for a lot of you guys there is a message coming through in your dreams about what you need to do on a certain subject. Psychic abilities, this came through pile 1 as well. I'll pull one more. This is the reason I bought this deck. I loved that card. All right, you guys got 2 more. Oh, and they both have butterflies on them. So we have grieving and transformation. Maybe you're holding on to some grief that no longer is serving you, and if you can let it go, then you can transform. The blue butterfly here reminds me of the throat chakra, which is about truth, but I'm hearing like you need to see and speak the truth to help you transform. Like whatever, I don't know if this is physically grieving, but a grievance is more what I'm getting from that. But it's time for transformation. That's what you need to see. Maybe even step into some of your gifts. For those of you that are spiritually gifted and inclined or have an inkling, maybe that for some of you is dream analysis for other people. Maybe you have a good way of seeing dreams and can help other people with their dreams. But it's a big transformative period coming through, and it may feel unexpected and a little heavy and harsh, but it's all for your greater good. So when things are, just remember, it all has a purpose. All right, so what else for pile 2, please? You guys, trust your intuition. So maybe this is a big wake-up call for some of you guys, that if you aren't trusting your intuition, if you're downplaying your gifts or the things you seem to know and you're like, well, maybe that's not true. It's a nod to it is, and it's time to trust that. Maybe that's part of where your transformation comes from. Some people, maybe that's what you're trying to manifest for yourself, but there's transformation in trust. Like once you trust things, I feel like things unfold even more. Like there's a saying, like, people are like, well, I'll believe it when I see it. And it's no, you'll see it when you believe it. So start believing in yourself and these things a little bit more, and I feel like you'll see a lot more of your truth. And maybe this full moon is a big transformation for you. You have patience and stillness, and there's, you know, a bunch of full moons here. I'm also being told to release this in the full moon. Write a letter to the moon, releasing all the things that no longer serve you, those burdens that you no longer want to carry. Let's actually get you guys some Moonology cards. Pile 2. What else do they need to know at this time? First quarter moon, your commitment's being tested. Well, yeah, sure, you guys are like, yo. It's all transformative. I know it probably feels like it's been very heavy and hard, but if you've been in this season of just, is it ever going to end? Yes, it is. But it just might involve some tweaks. Like tweaks in how you've been viewing things. Like you're right on the edge of this transformation. Like you may have been in this chrysalis mode where like you're just in this pause and you don't know really what's going on and it feels heavy and the energy's heavy and but you're about to like break through and become this butterfly of transformation. But it's going to involve some trust. Time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So any negative things you're holding on to, we have forgiveness, we have grief here, grieving. It's time just to there's just a heaviness to this pile, guys. If that doesn't feel right for you, I apologize, but that's for a lot of you guys watching. There's just this heaviness that is no longer serving you, and it's okay to let it go. Like it's time to fly, but you can't fly until you let what's holding you back go. You know, it's heavy. Let it go. Sometimes letting things go is hard too, but it's needed in this case. And forgiving, and I feel like a lot of you guys need to forgive yourself, and if you've been really hard on yourself, and if that's what's holding you back, your own like being hard on yourself, like then you're just standing in your own way. You don't got to do it anymore. I say that like I don't do it, but it's so simple, right? It's easier said than done, but you know, I'm working on it too, guys. But it can be that simple. You just have to choose to see it as that simple. Oop, and you guys got 2. So you guys have confidence and differences. This also may be like this forgiveness. It may be just simply accepting that you guys, whoever this person, this grievance is with, that you guys are just on separate paths, and you don't need to believe what they believe. They don't need to be what you believe. Like there's a beauty in the contrast, and have confidence that you are doing what's right for you. Even if they don't see it or you don't see what they're doing, just know that it's okay to be different. Like 3 + 2 = 5. So does 4 + 1. You know, there's different ways to get somewhere. It doesn't always have to look the same. They're giving that message pretty clear. Let me pull a couple tarot cards for you guys before I end this. I was trying to keep these shorter because my readings have been very long lately, which is awesome, but a little draining. So let's see, what else does pile 2 need to know at this time? Any other messages, any light-hearted messages for them? Because I feel like this is heavy, and maybe that's where you guys are, and that's fine. There's a lot of heavy collective energies too. So just keep that in mind. Don't be hard on yourself if you feel like you aren't getting it. Everybody's in the crap right now. So hopefully, you know, I think by, you know, spring solstice, a lot of that energy is going to be gone. You guys have 2 of Pentacles, which is very much a lot about balancing things, or sometimes feeling like you're juggling a lot. And so it's a nod to finding the balance. I think we have Capricorn on here as well. Oh my gosh, my friend Ellen's going to kill me for not knowing this sign. I forget what planet that is. No, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think I know who it is in my head. I'm working on teaching myself astrology right now. And it's so much. So anybody that understands birth charts and all that stuff, I commend you. It's so amazing, but I am baby stepping it in there. I'm sure you guys are gonna be like, this sign is this, and I've seen it, and I've been studying stuff, and I don't want to say the wrong planet, but I know it's a planet. Okay, what else for pile 2? You guys have the 3 of Cups, so you guys may be This is nice. We have Cancer energy here too. Either reuniting with somebody, like there's the Three of Cups is very much the reunion energy. You know, and I did ask for something happy. So, and this is actually kind of the card I was thinking of, so it's weird that it popped up. But this also is a card of celebration, connecting with friends. So if you have been feeling heavy, I know the world is on lockdown still. If you can, even if it's just via like Zoom or FaceTime or something, reconnect with friends, even if it means like you're drinking wine on your side or whatever you do on your side, they're doing something on their side, even a cup of coffee, whatever, water, it doesn't matter. But trying to find a way to reconnect maybe might help you lift some of this heaviness. And for others of you, there could be a reconciliation of love. And then we have the Strength card, which is the Leo card, came through. So I think you are going to find your strength, and maybe that's a lot about what this growth was, is self-resilience. This being, this commitment being tested was more about you learning how amazingly powerful you are. And it's time for you guys to come out of the other side of that. I feel like this is the overall energy you need to remember right now, that you are right here. You are about to get out of that chrysalis. You're about to spread your wings and fly. It's okay. It's all served a purpose, and it's all coming to an end, and it's time to fly. All right, my friends, thank you guys so much for being here with me for this reading. As always, I appreciate you guys so very much, and I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Bye, guys. Sorry. They're so stinking pretty. Jeez. We're sitting there. Hello. I'm going to shuffle these. I'm using all these cards for the whole reading. Onto the Dream Amethyst. Drink. Check to make sure my kid's okay. Hello, my lovely friends for pile 3. You guys picked the Dream Amethyst. Super pretty. All right, we are going over what do you need to know. This is whatever comes through kind of vibe. I'm using a lot of oracle cards and some tarot cards, and all very moon inspired, since I'm doing this at the time of the full moon in Virgo, but this still is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you found it. Just know the messages were meant for you to find, but we will be kind of having a moon-esque theme. So, okay. Pile 3. What do they need to know at this time? What do they need to consider, keep in mind for this time period that we're going into? I'm going to pretty much say like over the next month, like full moon to full moon. So that would just be like a month time frame. What do you guys need to know right now? Keep in mind. Pile 3, please. You guys have attraction, supermoon. Dang, number 44. We have change. That popped up in another pile. Action. Action and attraction. Wow, I'm a nerd. This one. And will. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there is a will, there is a way, guys. So right now, you're attracting some big change that's going to involve some action on your part and a power of the will. Like you might have to muster your will, but this also involves some free will issues. Not issues, but what do they mean? You still have free will in this change, so don't lose track of that. So sometimes we get caught up in these like soul contracts we have, sometimes with other people or other lessons. You still have free will to an extent. Things are going to keep coming back up until you see it in a different way. I don't know, they keep saying free will, but I don't know how this fits here. Maybe it's just a one-off, but just remember you have free will. Everyone has free will. Maybe you're trying to manifest someone else to do something and they're not doing what you want them to do, and I'm just being reminded to tell you that people have free will. Anywho, I'm gonna let that one go. So, but this is a time period of a lot of attraction, but I feel like you're attracting the things that you want into your life, and some change, some needed change, some wanted change. It could actually be moving. With this red in here, it usually represents our root chakra, so which that's about where we're rooted, where we feel safe, sometimes our home, where we're grounded. I feel like there's going to be a change in like living situations for someone, but it, you know, it's going to involve, you know, action, but it's going to be beautiful. Like, look how beautiful this card is. These cards are so, they almost look like they're glowing on the screen. I don't know what that will is about. Card throws me off a bit. I have a feeling it's impertinent to somebody. Someone's sitting here watching that going, I get that completely. So sometimes I have to remind myself it's not for me to get. But this is a period of change through action. So whatever this change, it might involve you actually putting in the work to make these changes happen. Sometimes we're like, oh, well, if I'm supposed to do this, X, Y, Z will happen without my involvement. But we're here to learn things and we're here to do things. So sometimes it does involve us to actually participate. We can't just be handed everything. So whatever this change is, if you're waiting, if you're trying to attract a change into your life, it may involve you putting in some more effort to make this change, to physically, like your willpower. I think that's what they mean. Like your willpower, you have to put that into it to make this happen. If there's a will, there's a way. That's the initial phrase they gave me when that card came out. We have happiness, though. I mean, these cards are stunning as well. There's so much happiness and transformation and truth coming in with this blue butterfly. Blue is the color of the throat chakra, which is truths. But you guys are coming on a period of happiness. I do have to look at the similarities in these cards. So, you know, if I feel like some of you guys came into this reading feeling nervous, like I feel this nervous energy, like, oh gosh, what's going to be said? Don't be nervous. Like, there's some beautiful, beautiful things coming your way, my friends. It's really, really quite pretty. What else for pile 3, please? Fertility. So that's maybe like giving birth to a new idea, actually someone getting pregnant, things like that. But fertility doesn't just have to mean like someone gets a pregnancy scare or something like that, but it can be about giving birth to a new idea, about creating something for yourself. But you're going to be happy in whatever this change is, but it's going to involve some action. And I'm feeling very artsy looking, like I'm just seeing paint, like someone painting, creating something with paint, maybe physically painting your house, since we did have a change of scenery here that came through as well. You guys have spirit guide. Well, that's cool. So your guides are definitely helping out. They're helping move things along. You know, you're going to need some action, but they are working behind the scenes, making things, I'm hearing it's going to be better than you ever expected. Just allow it to happen, but work along with it. That makes sense. And then love. What a beautiful card. So there's a lot of love coming your way, a lot of happiness, change. Like something's just working out in your guys' favor. They're not being very clear, so I don't know if a lot of people pick this pile because it's feeling very like lots of scenarios, like they're telling me to keep it basic, like they're saying stop talking so much, Joy, just say it. I think they get mad at me because I over explain, because I'm trying to rationalize the messages that come through, and sometimes again it's not for me to understand. So, and here I am still talking, so I'm going to keep moving. Move along. Okay, what else for pile 3? You guys have faith. Some of these same cards came up in pile 1. So you're being asked to have faith through this change, through this cycle that's going on. But again, they're saying they're working on things. They're working on things. Just focus on your love. It's going to be okay. Yeah, unseen blessings. Yeah, these are your guides are truly working behind the scenes. They're trying to make things work out for you guys. And they're saying just have faith. It's all coming. Just keep doing what you're doing. They say keep moving forward. Whatever it is you're doing, just keep going but the blessings are right around the corner. Like, don't lose faith in that they have their hands in this and they're helping you out the best way they can. All right, this is the wisdom of the night. I liked it because there was some moons, since we're doing a moon theme. Okay, so what else for pile 3, please? What else for pile 3? You guys have complicated. Okay. Now the Avril Lavigne song "Complicated" just popped in my head. We have the number 2 on that. So something about a relationship could be complicated at this time. And you have self-worth. So I'm hearing, don't lose yourself in a complicated situation that involves love. Make sure you're not just giving it all away. Keep some love for yourself in the process. Let's pull you some Moonology cards. What else for pile 3, please? And then I'll pull some tarot cards and then end it. I was trying to keep this a little bit shorter of a reading. All right, so let's see. Have faith in your dreams. My friend Jen is calling, so everybody say hi to Jen. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. So you have this have faith. You have another theme of having faith in your dreams. And you guys did have the dream tarot. Or the dream, not the dream tarot. The dream amethyst. So yeah. Maybe your spirit guides are trying to give you some messages in your dreams. That's been kind of coming up a lot. But they're saying, don't lose faith. Have faith in your dreams. If this is all going to work out. You got unseen blessings. Confidence is key to your success, new moon in Leo. So it may involve you, like with this self-worth, it's like building your self-confidence, your self-worth up. Like if you're in this weird like in-between limbo, that's where your focus should be. Pouring into yourself, loving yourself, building your confidence, having faith that it's all going to work out, like almost let go, let God. Jesus take the wheel kind of mode, and just know that it's all going to work out for your best interest. Just keep doing what is right for you and your soul, and keep moving forward. All right, let's see, what else do we have? Pull you some tarot cards before we end this. So what else for pile 3? Any other messages they need to know and keep? We have an Ace of Cups. I'm not taking reversals today, so Ace of Cups, so someone could be getting a big cup of love. For me, also, Ace of Cups, not this exact card, but a different deck, was shown to me in a meditation a long time ago when I was trying to figure out, was I doing the right thing or what am I supposed to do soul purpose-wise? And I was given that because it was a picture of the cup with a heart in it above her chest, so it was like, give your love to others. So it was like a confirmation. I know that's kind of outlandish. It made so much sense in my meditation when it came through. The message was very clear, but for me it has a lot to do with soul purpose. So a lot of this could be about your soul purpose. Maybe if you're trying to find that, they're saying like it's all going to work out, and then for other you guys, this could be very much about love. But I keep hearing this: keep your balance. Don't give more than you're getting. And that's not a bad thing. Boundaries are good. Keeping love for yourself is good. Being mindful of any people pleasing. You guys have the Palace of Swords. So I'm hearing clear thoughts, like an epiphanies kind of vibe is coming through, but some clarity overall with our swords being our thoughts, but also our communication. So there might be some clarity of communication. We do have a lot of blue here, which also is, that truth vibe. Oh, you guys have the Tree of Life. So with this card, I'm going to read it into the message that was just given to me. Goes back to this change, that there could be a lot of change going through, but it's a lot of change going through, but a lot of changes below the surface. So if you've been working and like, say, I know there's an image of this, and I'm sure some of you guys have seen this, but it's like shows someone like a big tree and then the roots and then this little tiny tree, roots, little tiny tree, lots of roots. So sometimes you can't see your growth because the growth is happening beneath the surface, but it doesn't mean that it's any less growth. It's just you're grounding, you're building your foundations at this time, and that's the message they're giving me. If you don't feel like you've gotten to where you wanted to go, it's because your growth and everything you're working on is just, it's setting the foundation below the surface, but that just means it's going to be that much stronger, that much more powerful, and less that it can be like ripped out and taken from you. So keep going. They keep also giving like, just keep moving forward. Don't stop your momentum, just keep moving forward. You know, baby steps if you must, turtle it if you must, but don't give up. Take a pause if you need to, but keep going. All right, and then you guys have the Six of Swords, which can be about travel. It's also about moving from moving to calmer waters, from like chaos to calm. But also it could be very much you actually moving. I did talk about that, right? I'm sorry, I forget. Get going. About actual moving, like someone actually transitioning where they're living to somewhere else. But yeah, it's just this keep moving forward, keep going forward. Yeah, it's almost like in the dark here in this card. Like even if you just have to shine, like you only can see the little pinhole of light at the end of the tunnel, it's there. You just have to keep going. So it's also feeling like a time of a little bit of self-motivation, but it's all working out. And just know that like there's unseen blessings that are going on, and your guides are really have their hands helping out the best way they can. All right, guys, so hopefully this helped. Hopefully you found value in this. As always, I appreciate any time you guys watch my readings and spend time with me. It's truly an honor, and I hope everyone does well, and I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks, guys. Bye.